So a friend of mine came up with this really cool concept, and I quite like it. It's called the kitchen sink theory. And basically what it is the fact that every human being's capacity can relate to a kitchen sink. And our life stressors are the tap that fill that sink. And so things like chemicals, emotional stress, physical, electromagnetic, all of that starts to fill our sink. And so each person's sink is a different size of what capacity they can handle. And so you'll often look at people and be like, I don't know how they handle that stress. Well, their sink is different and bigger. And it also depends on how high the tap is turned on. If it is flooding that sink, you're gonna break down really quickly, because once you reach overfill, that's where symptoms and your quality of life and health problems start to kick in, that you notice you've overloaded your sink. Now, being able to keep that tap on, but also not overflow your sink, is your drain. How big is your drain? Is it really narrow and not letting a lot of stuff out, and so you have to be careful how high you open your faucet? Or is it really big so that you're actually draining as much as quickly as you're putting in, and so you don't end up with symptoms, you don't end up with health problems? And so the size of your drain that allows your body and your sink to not overflow is going to be dependent on the things that you actively do to maintain your health. So things like chiropractic, exercise. Are you eating enough healthy foods and staying away from enough junk? Do you have a good purpose in life that gives you motivation and have emotional health as well? And so I like this idea of the kitchen sink because people can understand that concept really quickly. They can understand the idea of overflowing a sink and getting your symptoms. And sometimes when people say, oh, chiropractics, it works or it doesn't work, well, if you're always constantly on the verge of flooding this, then your symptoms are going to keep coming back if you go to the chiropractor just enough. If you go a lot, then you're going to improve that width of that drain, and it's going to be a lot more long lasting than if you only come a little bit.